All right. We are back. We are live, live, live. Back
Hello,
here
hello,
this
hello.
evening to again relaunch our At the Helm with Kelly and Wayne podcast that we started a couple years ago. And we are just here for a relaunch this evening. Hopefully, people can find us on our Facebook page at the Helm with Kelly and Wayne, and also on our.
Actually, it's on my personal page, and we have so many cameras here and they're flipped, so I don't know where to look. But this is my
Oh,
personal page. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. But yeah,
okay, and hopefully on our YouTube page
on TikTok.
at the Helm with Kelly and Wayne on our YouTube page, and we will try to get that link sent out as well so everyone can have that. So we are again glad to be back.
We got sound effects. TikTok probably didn't hear that. I don't know if Facebook heard it. I actually let me know if y'all did you hear the sound effects? Let me know if you heard the sound effects. Can you hear them? Okay.
So again, we are back to relaunch this podcast, and we are going to kind of share the vision of this podcast, what we are hoping to um, do with this podcast, where we are hoping that it heads. So we're just going to begin with, I guess, the history of, kind of how we got here. So I'll let you kind of start with that of how we made it here.
So maybe 2019, I don't know, 2018, 2019. Um, just thought that we would start a podcast just to chronicle our life. I had a pretty big Facebook presence, and just posting what happens in the life of the Wilhelms. And there were just several people who reached out. People always saying you guys should have a TV show. So this was just kind of that. Now, what we have found out is that people will gas you up.
Gas you up,
They'll run you out there.
and you'll be all by
You'll
yourself.
be out there all by yourself. But it was actually something that I was just kind of interested in, just trying to figure out where our talents lie. So just told Wayne we should do a podcast. Wayne is the technical engineer. He ordered the equipment, got us some good microphones, some headphones, a little, I don't know what that is over there, but he's running that. And here we are. So we did a few, we uploaded them, and
We put them on SoundCloud. So at that time, it was all audio. It was all audio. So we had did about 4 podcasts, got them under our belt, got them moving, and then someone, I'm not gonna say who, but someone decided not only should we be heard, but we should be seen. So then it was kind of back to the drawing board. And it's just taken us this long to get back. So now we have decided to come back again with this podcast, but also bringing it to where we can be on video, to where we can live stream this.
we're calling it. I've called it a podcast. I don't even know if this qualifies as a podcast. We have TikTok going. It's not really a podcast. We have Facebook Live going. Not really a podcast. I don't know what this is his side of the table. I don't know if this makes us a podcast over here. I'm not sure.
So on here we have this is streaming to the At the Helm Facebook page, and it's streaming to our YouTube page. So if you're on yours, then that's just somewhere else. So this podcast not only was when we were beginning, um, so we were trying to figure out what to call it, what we were going to call this podcast. So we came up with At the Helm with Kelly and Wayne. So this At the Helm definitely is a play on our last name, Wilhelm. But also when you are at the helm is a nautical term, and it is the part that the captain of the ship stands behind and drives and steers and navigates the ship with. That room That room is called the Helm, and that is where they control, they make the decisions, they control the destiny of that ship, where it's going, where it's headed, and what they want it to do. So, with this podcast at the Helm, we wanted to take that and apply that to everything that we do. That we are, you are, can be at your own helm. You, decide, how you handle things. You decide how you deal with things. You decide how you react to things. Of course, we have no control over how, things happen to us and what things happen in our life. But one thing we can control is how we react to it and how we handle the situation and how we handle others. So throughout this, that is going to be the premise that, in all things that we do, we are in control, and we're going to find a way to stay in control of, situations, what we're going through, what we're dealing with, and all of that. Um, so that's how we came up with the name. So, whether it's um, any subjects that we're dealing with, anything that we're talking about. Again, that is going to kind of be the premise behind that, of that we are again in control, and we are navigating, and we're not going to let anyone else navigate us. No one else is going to drive us. We are going to be in control of our own narratives. We're going to be in control of our own situations, and we're going to be in control of everything that we have. And we have a guest.
We do, and I'm not sure why we have a guest,
Yeah,
because we have people here who are supposed to be watching our 3-year-old guest.
Yes.
She can't read. It says, quiet, keep out, recording in progress.
And it was probably sitting a little too high for her.
But it's typical Wilhelm life. So anyway, we're here. We are jumping right back in. So y'all let us know if there's anything that you in particular that you would like to have us speak about. Tonight we were just kind of wanting to come and just let you all know that we're coming back. But let's talk about our t-shirts, because they're kind of saying something. Like, I don't know that we plan to, but my t-shirt is Party of Lincoln, Karen Hunter. So I will say, I have a minor degree in African American Studies from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Go Heels! But I have a subscription to Sirius XM Radio and Urban View channel 126 on Sirius XM is really where I get a lot of my action steps, my action items. They feed into my spirit every day, starting at 6 a.m. Not that I'm up at 6 a.m., but their programming goes from 6 a.m. until 8 at night. And every single person on there, I don't want to call them VJs, DJs, host, every single host brings something. And so Karen Hunter is the architect behind what's going on at Sirius XM. So this was just a shirt. And some of y'all, if y'all been rocking with us a long time, you may remember back in 2015, 2016, when we talked about maybe changing your political affiliation, because there are some blocks where people just, they know where people are registered and how they registered and where they vote and how they vote. And that's how gerrymandering, how they draw the maps, where they get to choose their voters rather than the voters choosing their legislators. So so the Party of Lincoln was a movement to remind we the people that we are the people who are in control. We are the people who vote for those people, and they work for us. It's not the other way around. So and voting is not the be all end all. We've had that conversation. Voting may be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10 on the list. The first thing you need to do is figure out what your community needs, what you need, what your community needs, who lines up with those values, and then you vote those people in. And after you vote those people in, you don't let them become complacent. Like, you don't vote them in and leave them alone. You vote them in and you hold them accountable. And so that's kind of what the the Party of Lincoln is what Karen Hunter. One of my sleeves says that. It's backwards.
Mm-hmm.
But the KH is Karen Hunter, who, like I said, was the architect of all this. The Party of Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves, in quotes, freed.
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe, and at the time he was in the Republican Party, we can have a conversation about how that flipped and how that, switched, because people like to get cute with the Democrats started the Klan or whatever. But, and that's absolutely a fact, but know your history, know what was going on, know what the Republican Party was, that Martin Luther King was a Republican should probably tell you something. And then things happen. People started giving us rights. Republicans weren't really down with that. They started a whole new counterpart. Like we've seen it before with the Tea Party, Southern Strategy, whatever you want to call it. So the Party of Lincoln, in Karen's mind, people, more people that were freed should look like the people in the party. And it doesn't mean you are a Republican, like your values are your values. Just because you change political parties doesn't mean that you align with what the party does. You are still you. Those are still your values. A political affiliation doesn't make or break you. So I think that kind of describes my T-shirt. Toss it to you. You want to talk about what your T-shirt means?
Yes, and that also leads into, so topics of this podcast this evening. We are just, again, this is just a relaunch, and we are just going to share things that we're going to do on here, things we're going to share. So we will be dealing with things on the political front. We will be dealing with different just all kinds of different topics while we're on here. So, of course, my shirt reads "Bad Theology Kills." So we will be, delving into the religious realm for those who are a part of that. And, we are not on here to promote any, specific religion. We truly believe that everyone has the free right to worship whoever they want to and however they want to,
or not worship anyone.
Yeah, but those who, this shirt comes from those who are in the religious arena, and those that subscribe to God and subscribe to the Bible and to God's thoughts and His ways. And you can't claim that you love God, and you can't claim that you trust God, worship God, and He's full of grace and mercy and love and loves everybody. But then you can't stand your neighbor, or you hate the person that's beside you, or you don't think everyone has the same value of the creation that God had for everyone. So that bad theology, that theology hurts, that theology kills, that one that is not a liberating theology that sets people free, a liberating theology that says, come as you are, a theology that says God accepts us for who we are, that He created us in His image, and we are in His likeness, and that His grace is sufficient, and He accepts us for who we are. And we have all the cute sayings in the churches of come as you are, come however you want to be. But as soon as we get there and get people there, then we want to change them, tell them how they should be, how they should act, and how they should carry themselves. We have a whole different set of standards once we get inside those four walls and we begin to try to dictate how people are going to be. So that theology is damaging. That theology is not inviting to people to come to the church, and it ends up destroying, and it ends up, as it said, bad theology kills relationships, people's values, people's worth, and all those things. So, God did not send us here to play God or be God. He sent us here to love and to share that unconditional love that God has. And I believe, too often we forget that it's unconditional. So when we begin to put conditions on that love and conditions on it, then we have got outside of, the theology that God has called us to be part of. So, those are things that we're going to share, deal with again. Those are going to be things that we discuss, talk about again. Those from politics to religion to things that are happening in our everyday life, um, things that are happening um, around this world in this country that we just want to share. And we want to be able to on those political fronts and those things to make sure that we are also, educated and providing information. When it comes voting season, we want to make sure people know who can vote. Um, and we're not here to tell you how to vote, but we are here to make sure that everybody has a voice and everybody has an opportunity to vote and make sure that no one's vote is being suppressed and that everyone's voice is being heard. So we just want to share those things. So that'll be one thing with this podcast that we continue to promote and continue to share with. Also, we are looking to have um, segments as we build this podcast that we share. One that we're going to do is, all things black and white. Um, that we're just going to deal with some of those issues that we deal with in this world every day. Um, and unfortunately, we have, found ourselves at this time where, this, this country, this world we live in is more polarized than ever. And there's a lot of people who don't want to, they want to think that it doesn't have to be that, and they want to say, why does everything always have to be about race? Why does everything always have to be black and white? That's just what it is, and it's come, to that. So we want to be able to have those conversations and not shy away from those conversations, but to have those conversations and to share. So that'll definitely be a segment that we have on here. And what are some other things we're going to? So we're going to get to where, hopefully, we have some guests we can invite on here virtually. We can have some call-ins. Once we kind of get again the hang of this, we're going to be able, hopefully, be very interactive with comments, being able to share comments back and forth while we're doing this live. Again, this is our first one that has been live like this. So when we did our other podcast, it was two of us. We did our podcast, and then there was an editing process. So we could take out what we didn't want to. We could change things that didn't sound. If we had a little dead time, we could close that up. We could add things in. But the beauty of this is that we're here. We're here live, and that's also sometimes can be the downfall because there's no editing with this because it's going to be here. And it'll be saved on our YouTube page. It'll be saved on the Facebook page. So people will be able to go back and see. And again, we just hope to have some conversations that are helpful, conversations that are interesting, conversations that are educational, but also conversations that are entertaining. So we just want to be fun. We want to, and again, to be live. I want you to be part of this. And again, to where we can get in and interact with people that are online that are willing to come out and share with us. We are planning to do right now every other Thursday, same time, 8 o'clock. So that is going to be the plan to be on again every other Thursday. If you can be with us, that would be wonderful for the interaction. And again, if not, they will be recorded. And we're going to plan to do 45 minutes, an hour, just depends. We're going to try to keep it under an hour. We know people's attention spans. Yes, one of them is here. So I imagine there may be times where I look over here and this one is gone. Yep, or doing something else. So, and kind of with the first podcast, I don't want to say she got bored, but when we got about 4 or 5 episodes in, she had a dandelion moment and was like, "Ooh, I see something shiny over in the corner."
Blowing in the wind. Let's
And
go check it out.
next thing you know, she was gone. And so maybe, hopefully, after 4 or 5 of these, we don't look over here and I have to find someone else to sit in this seat because dandelions and she's seen something shiny again and moved on somewhere.
And now that we know who the talker of the group is, we can jump right in. So
You jump in.
I didn't say who the talker, like I'm just like who.
Mm-hmm.
So let's give y'all just a quick update of what's happened since our last podcast. I think so many things, but one of the main things is we got another grandchild. So
Mm-hmm.
we now have a grandson to
Omari.
join these three girls.
Mm-hmm.
I think Riley was here already. She's 3. So maybe he wasn't here. I don't know.
When we were all around the table, I don't think so.
Right. I mean, oh, so maybe we have 2. So now we have 4. We have 4 grandchildren, 2 girls and 1 boy. That's been added to the Wilhelm crew. I have become, check my book, a co-author. I love this cover of this book.
Mm-hmm.
High Heels in Low Places. So this was a collaboration with me and 21 other breast cancer survivors. And so we just compiled our stories together in this book. But this book, I think is amazing because it's not just about breast cancer. It's about, it is encouragement for overcoming and pushing through any trial or tribulation, anything that you feel like is a valley. That book is really good for just encouraging you to keep pushing. So you can get this book at our website, www.atthehelmnc.com. Just support the ladies, myself and the ladies, in our endeavor in this book. But I think you'll be really pleased. This is the hardback. The hardback is $30, and it also comes in a paperback. Paperback is $20. Thank you to all the people who supported me already with this effort. That was a labor. I would call it a labor of love. It was a labor. It was not something that I really wanted to do. It was not something that I was looking to do. I was approached with the opportunity to write the book. And I said no the first time, and it came back, and just kind of, prayed upon it. And initially it was still a no, but I continued to pray on that. And I signed on to do that. And I'm glad that I did. And the reason that I didn't, if you were not with us or know about, if you were not with us in the moment, you may not know that I'm a breast cancer survivor, because it's not something that I wear on my sleeve per se. It was a time that it was about 10 months, maybe a year, a good 1 year out of my, at the time, 40 some years. So it was not something that I dwelled on, because it wasn't, for one, I was mad. We'll go ahead and say that. I was upset about that diagnosis.
And that's okay.
I mean, it's real. It's real. It's in the book. So it's not this wasn't something that I talk about. It's not something that I don't hang my pink ribbons. I don't wear the pink t-shirts a lot. So it's not something that I really want to have a conversation about. But if it can help one person, if it can save one person, if I can tell you tonight, if you are 40 years old and you have not had your mammogram, go get a mammogram. A mammogram is how I found my lump. My mom is also a breast cancer survivor, and her mom is a breast cancer survivor. So I knew that it was in my family. So I was getting my mammograms, but a mammogram found it. It was not something that I would have found. And so I thank God for good health care that not everybody has access to, which is a problem in this country. Mm-hmm. But I had, good health care. I was able to get my mammograms routinely. This mammogram picked up something in 2013. 2014, I had surgery. 2014, I went through treatments. 2014, I lost my hair. 2013, I'm talking about all my hair. Like, I'm talking about no eyelashes. No talking eyebrows. About no eyebrows. I kind of drew these on today. So
that's dandelions that I was talking about.
That's not ready anymore. Is that a problem?
No.
Okay. So in the process of what felt like losing everything, I was really being built up to regain everything and to be who I am today, and who I was kind of stepping back from not really wanting to be a mouthpiece for anything. So when you find your footing, when you realize that you are a person of privilege, regardless of what kind of privilege that is. I had a job, I had health care, my husband was here to support me. You want everyone should have those things. And so this is why I lent my pen to the book, because I wanted to get my story out, and I want to also continue to encourage those. And again, go get a mammogram. If your mom was diagnosed with breast cancer, whatever age she was, 10 years before that age is when you need to start getting your mammograms. So we wrote a book, and probably the most interesting thing that happened to us is we went viral on TikTok.
Yes.
So shout out to my TikTok peeps. My grandchildren, my granddaughters, she's just 9 now, so probably she was 6, TikToking every day. This was during the pandemic, so I guess I also need to say we survived the pandemic. I survived homeschooling a kindergartner, first grade. Well, she was finishing up kindergarten, so we finished her kindergarten year in the pandemic with me as a homeschool teacher, which is not, something that I would have signed up for. Shout out to all the teachers, because y'all the real MVPs. Y'all are the real unpaid heroes out here. So I had a kindergartner and I think a 5th grader, kindergarten and 5th grader. So through the pandemic, that became my job while my daughter went to work. I homeschooled these kids. It was a lot. Man, that was much. When I say that was much, that was much. But we survived that. So again, they were making TikTok videos during their breaks. Not something I was really interested in. But last year, thanks for Wayne's birthday in January, I posted my first TikTok. And it was just a happy birthday to Wayne. And then, you get caught up with the trends. Maybe about now, it may have been about a year ago that we went viral on TikTok. That one particular video, the Beyonce drop, but then he walks in. If you've seen it, 3.3 million people have seen that video. So it may be, you may have been one of the people who see that. So, so that's another interesting thing that has happened in the Wilhelm household. I don't do a good job of posting content because I wasn't really I wasn't trying to be a content creator. I was just trying to be cool with my granddaughters. I just wanted them to think I was cool. I don't know if they do or not, but it is what it is. So we have this TikTok following. Follow me on TikTok at Southern Kel. It's SUTHERNKELL. And Wayne is, give me your TikTok name. Where can they find you?
I
think
know.
he's VW.
I don't know.
But yeah, so you can see how interested he is in doing TikTok. So every time you see Wayne in the TikTok, just know that the energy.
I love it.
And he says, I'm gonna give you one take. So tell me what it is that I need to do. We're gonna record it, and whatever it is that you get
is what you get.
Is what we're gonna post. And so luckily for me, his one takes are normally right on. So
that's about the best I'm gonna be. I get worse afterwards. And anyone who has ever taken pictures with someone, and when she says group picture, you think you're going up there for one?
Oh no.
The first 4 pictures is going to be wrong practice. Because got to turn the live off.
The first 4 pictures is practice.
Yeah. And then after we turn the live off, she takes a bunch of pictures. And as soon as everybody thinks they're done, oh no, we're not done. We got to take more. And then everybody's groaning, moaning. Look, we signed up to take 1 picture. Yeah. 1. So the TikTok videos are the same. And she keeps wanting me to do all of these dance videos. And I don't mind. Because it's all in fun. But I've never had a whole lot of rhythm. But back in the day, I had some help with not caring what I looked like when I was on the dance floor. You get, we get into the into the spirits, and you just out there having fun and you don't care. But so yeah, getting the dance right, and then yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult, but it's fun, and I enjoy it. I enjoy it.
Awesome.
And then I make your TikTok count go up too.
Yeah, so I don't know what's up with that TikTok. Y'all talk to me. I can post videos. It could be me, my cute little grandbabies or whatever. I mean, y'all might get a couple hundred likes, but if Wayne is in the video, like take a look at my TikTok account. Every viral video. So now we have several viral videos. We have one, couple 100,000 on there, But those are all the ones that contain Wayne. Haven't figured out what that algorithm is yet. Like, what is it? Y'all tell me. What is it when I put Wayne in my video? Everybody want to come like, share, comment, whatever. But TikTok is weird. Matter of fact, let me just say life is weird. I think right now I have 36,000 followers on TikTok. I may have, I don't know, 1,500 friends on Facebook. But I just ran for an election, local organization. I got 34 votes. Like, y'all help me with the math. Like, help me with the math. But just tell me what's happening. And this is when we talk about people will rig you out there. But it was cool. I don't even know if I was ready for that position, but I wanted better for the organization. And so if you want, sometimes you have to be the person that does the thing. Mm-hmm. So I thought that this our first podcast would be a half hour. We are already at 34 minutes. So I think we're gonna run this one maybe to an hour, because now I want to get to some of our Facebook comments. Hey, Reverend Agard. Hey, Gloria, you're back. So Gloria, we'll talk about softball. That was our early life.
Our young, when we can move. I miss it.
I do too.
My bones, I can't move like I used to.
And I don't know if we didn't say this yet, but in May we will have been married for 30 years. Again, so I don't. So there's some special effects, but I don't know if only me and Wayne can hear the special effects. So y'all let me know. Did y'all hear? Did you hear any clapping? Y'all let me know if you heard the special effects. But anyway, so we've had a long life together for 30 years. It has not been, well, I'm not gonna say it hasn't been easy, because it's been easy for me. It's been real easy. It's been real easy for me. So
I'll talk about the uneasy part. You go ahead. You do easy. Right. You do easy. She got the easy button.
Because I don't like, you tell people what you want. You tell people what what you need in your life. And if they're not giving that to you, they might not be your person. I'm just saying, like, why are you looking at me like that?
I mean, I'm trying to get this advice. I'm gonna know, because
I'm saying, so if you have told somebody what you need in your life,
take notes. Hold on. Let me get the paper. Go ahead.
Yeah, if you've told people what you need, how you need to be treated, how you need to be loved, what you need to be the wind behind your back, and they don't do it, they might not be your person. So I'm just saying. Riley's back. Who's watching Riley? Ooh. So I don't. It's been. I mean, of course, it hasn't been all roses, but it's been a good run. There have been, I don't think anybody can hear the special effects except me and you. So I don't know.
And you know why? Because this is where we at. You over here on your own tick.
So I'm asking.
You have co-opted
but I'm asking. I'm asking.
So we came in here. We got all this equipment over here.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
We got all this equipment over here.
Yeah.
To do this podcast and live video. Mm-hmm. And I'm the only one on it. You got your Facebook, your TikTok. You got everything else over here set up.
What you mean? I'm everywhere. I'm on all the platforms.
I know, but this is the one that's coming through here.
Right, but I don't understand what
you don't.
See, and communication.
You don't.
Communication is also key. Communication is key.
Remember
saying
easy?
married, and
Remember
not
easy?
just talking. Just because you talking loud don't mean you saying nothing. Okay, communication is important, and you need to make sure that your words and their words mean the same thing.
Put a mute button on
You know what
him.
I'm saying?
Put a mute button on him.
That's one of the things. And so, again,
That's the censor button.
I might need that. You keep playing with me. I might need that. So, now I feel like we're getting into the groove of what the real deal Wilhelms are. But yeah, yes. So let's go to the Facebook comments. I know Wayne, I don't know you hating on Facebook, but we got friends over here on Facebook. They talking to us.
That's your Facebook page, right?
Yes.
What's the name of this podcast?
Oh.
Is it Kelly's Facebook page? Is that the name of it? Oh, maybe I got it wrong. Oh, so, communication is key.
But easy Facebook, if I was on our Facebook page, people would still, y'all don't like our page. I don't know. It's at the Helm with Kelly and Wayne. It may be tagged in this post. I don't know. But
okay, let's go back to your Facebook page.
Anywho. So
there's several people on here who will end up we will definitely ask to be on part of this production and part of this show. So yeah, so there's some names, and I can call them out if they want to hear them. But
yeah, we've reached out to a couple people to join us, and a couple people have reached out to us. We are in community, like we want to talk to everybody about everything. Yes. That's just kind of like what this is, how we live our life. Mm-hmm. So let's just go through and say hey to everybody. Dennis, you are definitely one of the ones, and I'll come back to your questions because you had a couple good ones. The Rihanna, you asked about the Rihanna Super Bowl. I watched the Rihanna's halftime show. I can't really say that I'm a Rihanna fan. I like some of her music, but it wasn't like when I heard Rihanna was going to do the Super Bowl, I was like, yes. Like it was just like, okay, Rihanna going to do the Super Bowl. But let me tell you something. Rihanna was pregnant and hoisted. I don't know. It felt like thousands of feet in the air, and she was given what performers are supposed to be given. I have been pregnant 3 times. Let me tell you something. I'm not climbing up on nothing high. I don't care if y'all want to see me dance, hear me sing. Like I was probably in the bed for most of the pregnancy. So let's just give it up for Rihanna.
And after.
For sure. Bro, quit playing with me.
No, I mean, I don't know if they heard that. The special effect, I don't know if they can hear that on that one over there.
So let's just give it up for Rihanna for showing up, pregnant, probably not feeling well. She done let them people throw her up in the air. She came out with her bangers. She started out with "Better Have My Money," like "Don't play with me." Like she kicked it off like "Don't play with me." So I don't know. How did y'all feel about the Rihanna? Let me know how you felt about the Rihanna halftime show. I could have took it or left it. I mean, I thought she did amazing. I thought she looked pretty. That Fenty. Let me have to do a makeup tutorial with somebody too. Bring them on. Y'all show me how to put on that makeup, foundation and that powder. No, but yeah, that she got that whole Fenty line. She's a mom and she got a little baby and she getting ready to have another baby. Like that's boss. Like let me tell you something. My babies are 5 years apart, like 5, because every time I was like, this is it. Oh, for real. This is the last one. So there's 10 years between my first child and my last child. I don't know about having these babies back to back. I do like the idea of going ahead and getting them on out the way at the same time because they leave the house at the same time. So that's cool. But 2 babies under 2 and Pampers, that don't sound like no struggle that I'm trying to jump into. But shout out and kudos to Rihanna. Let Rihanna do her thing. So that was one of Dennis's questions. And Dennis, I've lost one. I see, and there was one that you asked about. Where did the comments go? So this is why you can't do too many platforms.
You still, they ain't nothing over here. We on the Kelly Facebook program tonight.
Man, y'all feel like you really hating on this. Like
I'm not.
And like you really, but shout out to my TikTok people. Hey, Roger Lee, we go way back. High school with Roger.
Wait, who you? I go.
I said we. But you look like you all interested. Now you all interested in what's happening on Facebook, on my Facebook page.
Now you're gonna take my friends.
Go ahead, shout out
You're
Roger
gonna take
Lee.
my friends.
No,
you took this and now you're taking my friends.
No, tell Roger Lee hey.
You just did. Hey, Roger Lee.
Of course, Minister Miles, hello, and thank you for listen. Some people gonna support you. I don't care what you doing. If you outside just like washing your car and you got one sponge and they gotta have like some people just gonna come and bring you they half a sponge. Like I appreciate people and support like that. So shout out to Evangelist Christina Miles. Thank you for being here. Shout out to my sister Elena. Elena, I want to get your name right. Saberio.
Was Elena on here?
Elena's on here. She is one of my sisters in the struggle out here in these streets.
Yes.
Being a mouthpiece for those who people are trying to marginalize and people are trying to oppress and push to the side. Like she is definitely a boss. She is one of the people that you want to have on your side. She don't play no games. Like her mouth is reckless. And sometimes you need somebody with a reckless mouth. You feel? Matter of fact, she did that for me one day. She did that for me one day in the legislative. Like, let me just go ahead and tell this story. We was in the legislative building. She was introducing me to some people. I was like, I know the people. But yeah, those are not my people. So like I don't really mess with them like that. And so she's like, I'll say it for you. And she said it, she said it. And I was like, you got it, sister. Those are not my people. But yeah, Elena, I appreciate you being here. Gloria, thank you for coming on our live today. That was fun. I think maybe that's how we should do Facebook. Like bring people on, let them ask their question. But I'm doing live from my computer now, and I don't know how that works. Shout out to my Aunt Glenda, another ride or die, another one who listen.
Don't
give her the phone. Give her the phone and let her tell the people. Let her tell the people what you need for them to know. Wait, somebody said, who did you say was the talker?
For real. I ain't want to say nothing. I
said he is the talker. He is the talker. But so I had to get mine in because once we do that double dutch, right? And once he get in there, it's a wrap. Like this it. It's it. I'm gonna go ahead and get mine in.
I'll be on the next show, and maybe we'll be on these platforms. Maybe it'll be at the helm with Kelli and Wayne, and it just won't be Kelly's Facebook and Wayne just sitting over here.
Facebook
I'm not mad. I love your Facebook people.
Shout out to
and they love me.
My cousin Darlene Norris Bowden. Darlene,
they came to see me.
Darlene, we definitely enjoyed your birthday party in January. That was last month. Y'all got the same birthday month? The casino night.
Maybe.
It was fun. I came with my roll of quarters because that's really like that's my limit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's it. Once you get this roll of quarters, that's it. Happy birthday. That was it. That was all. But I learned how to play a new was it Keno? I learned how to play a new game with my quarters. Wayne, of course, came over there. No idea how the game worked. Racked up the bucket that nobody had won all night. But now he walking around with all these quarters in his pocket, setting off metal detectors. They're like, what is that? Why do you dump those quarters? But yeah, so Darlene, thank you for joining us. Thank you for inviting us. We enjoyed the party. Who else do we have on here? Hey, Dina. I need to call you, Dina. I'm gonna call you. Yes, I will. Oh Lord, my Aunt Shane. Aunt Shane, that's definitely who. Listen, if you are
Aunt Shane on here.
Aunt Shane is on here. If you follow my Facebook page, then you know all about my Aunt Shane. And I will tell y'all that lady, most of the things I cannot put on Facebook because in order to protect the again, I don't know if you can hear Wayne's sound effects.
They can't hear. That's for I came to follow myself. Okay. So I'm on here. I got on my own show.
Okay.
So I would be so I could. But you go now back. Go ahead.
Okay.
We're back.
All right. Hey, Aunt Shane. Hey, Debbie. Debbie, we go back. Hey, Naroshi.
Cooking.
Oh yeah. If you all need Girl Scout cookies, Shout out Naroshi. She in the chat. Wayne did have some, but I think he might have gotten rid of all of his. But is Girl Scout cookie season about over, Naroshi? Because, and I don't know, why do y'all always like Girl Scout season comes out real early in the year when people have their
New Year's resolution, all their diets, everybody trying to go to the gym, and everybody at my job mad at me because I done brought all these Girl Scout cookies to work and they trying to lose weight. But I push them on them. I'm a bad influence. I know. I tell them, your diet ain't working. Go ahead and eat these cookies. They ain't gonna hurt
you. Naroshi said there's 1 week left. So if you out here fiending for some caramel delights, some shortbread, some thin mints, y'all hit Naroshi up, or maybe Wayne. Let's see. Who else? I'm gonna wait. So Dennis had a question. He had 2 questions. And I want to get back to him because one was a good relationship question that we may not get to tonight because we're at almost 9:00, and Meredith Gray is leaving Seattle tonight. So I will be there for her goodbye party. So we will be signing off promptly at 9:00.
Go ahead.
Y'all let me know what he's doing behind my back. So
you keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah. So sister. So Debbie said you ain't never asked her did she want some cookies. See Naroshi? See how he's falling down on the job?
I know I did.
He I think he got in trouble last year for sending out an email to everybody. If everybody do they want.
Yeah.
Maybe some things we can't talk about on here.
We can because so I send out a nice email to everyone that works in the town that says, hey, I'm selling Girl Scout cookies. That's all. If you want some, send me your order. I will deliver. I get an email back from somebody way up.
They remain nameless.
Because
we need that. We need that paycheck.
Protect the innocent. But if you see me offline, I'll tell you exactly who it was. That some things may be not. Some things may need to be shared on the intranet and maybe not to everybody's email. Well, how about a couple of weeks later, they don't send out an email that somebody had a baby. And I really wanted to respond like, what? I care about this baby like you care about them cookies I sell.
Care about the baby, babe.
Not that I don't care about the baby.
You don't care about the baby.
But I don't even know who had the baby. I don't even know who it was. So I feel the same way. Your email you sent out and everybody replying back, oh, so cute. I don't. If we're going to not send out emails, we're going to not send out emails. You should have put it on the internet.
Fair is fair.
Exactly.
Right. I get you. See, sometimes I have to reel him back in, like, come back. He can run out there. He can run out there. Like, really.
Another friend joined me.
True. Oh, okay.
You see who it is?
It's both of you. Darlene says she feel you. And
she know.
Aunt Glenda said they knew you gave the cookies. You get the cookies too. All right, y'all. We appreciate everybody for joining us. Dennis, I am going to save I want to get to the question that you asked about how I feel like it said about how to maintain our relationship, maintaining any relationship, but then you added the interracial component to it. That would be real interesting. I'll just throw it out there. Wayne is the first white person, the only white person I ever thought about. Not like. He said like. No. So. Woo. Anyway, we will talk about that. We'll talk about that. And I think you also asked about what can young people do? What can young people listen? We're counting on the young people to save us, really. And I know when you hear the word politics, most people just turn off. But let's just think about it locally. You have to think about your local politics. Think about that train that just derailed in Palestine, Ohio. The president is going to come, but really it's the people that's local. It's that mayor that's in that town, those Congress people that are in that town.
The council
the
members.
council people that are like, those are the people who are on the ground, and those are the people that you need to pay the most attention to. And those are sometimes the elections that get the least amount of attention. If it's not a presidential election, people think it doesn't really affect them. But right now in North Carolina, they have not expanded Medicaid. The federal government has given the money away. So that's not a president thing. That's not a who you look to the president to do. Those are your local people who they keep drawing these lines and they keep taking up. So this will be another anywho. So yeah, we would love for young people to get involved. So that'll also be maybe the next broadcast. And Dennis, I am definitely going to have you on because I think that you have an amazing story to tell about triumph and being you and living your life out loud and not caring what other people think or other people say. So definitely going to get you on. And we will be, my battery's dying. We will be, you kind of.
No, I'm raising my hand. I want to say something.
Okay. Go ahead. Close us out.
No, we're not closing out.
Go ahead.
I just want you.
Go ahead.
You couldn't see me trying to get in here, the rope. You couldn't see me trying to get in over here.
Okay. Go ahead.
You couldn't see me trying to get in.
All right.
But when you was talking about, elections and people voting, and there's so many people who, we hear that voting doesn't matter, you don't count. I'm not interested in getting involved in that. It doesn't, no matter how much we vote, it's not going to make a difference. And sometimes it seems like that. But Palestine, Ohio is a prime example. And when we understand that no matter if we vote or not, we're all going to still be under legislative rules and regulations. So until you have your own school to go to, until you have your own community to live in, until you have your own air to breathe, your own water to drink, your own
power grid,
your own food source that you totally control 100%, then the rules and regulations that these people who work and reside down on Jones Street in Raleigh and in the Capitol in DC, they do make a difference in everything that happens to us, whether we want to recognize it or not. So it is important. And, we need to make sure that we share that with, voting is not fun and it's frustrating. And I'll be the first to say there's times when I don't feel like going anymore neither. But that's their game. That's what they want, is for people to get frustrated, people to be against one another. But when we can all come together on one accord, when we can all come together on issues and understand that, that when we can come together, we can make changes, that there's power in our vote and in our collectiveness. It makes a difference. Go ahead, back to you. Tag. Jump back in there. Get on here.
All right. So we're gonna bring this plane in for a smooth landing. Speaking of planes, let's talk about, not tonight, but any vacations that you all have planned. Wayne and I are going on a couples cruise in August. So if anybody want to join us to going to Bermuda, Jamaica, let me know. I'll send you the information. But yeah, thank you all for joining us for this little Gab Fest. It was an hour. I think it went pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, maybe next time. Shout out to our I don't want to call him our media consultant because he might be embarrassed at what we did tonight.
And don't call his name.
So I'm not gonna call his name, but
until he's proud of us.
Or
she, we don't want to even.
They will not be embarrassed.
They will not be embarrassed.
They will not be embarrassed on these here platforms, on Mark Zuckerberg's internet, on whoever's TikTok. They will not be embarrassed. But we appreciate them. Just pushing us, because when we said we're gonna do the podcast, he was like, do it. All right. And then he would almost every week check in, like, what y'all doing? What y'all do? What did you do this week? What you do this week for the podcast? 1 week I said we bought a table. We bought this table. Can't see. Try to get it in here and it wouldn't fit through the door. That would have been a whole thing. So yeah, thank you all. Facebook just shut down. My bad. I didn't have no but we're out.
Now your friends are gone. Now you want to quit.
My friends are gone.
But now you want to quit.
My friends are gone. It's shutting down. Sorry.
Plug that in. That ain't gonna work.
No, it's too late.
Well, we can't even tell the only people that was on here what I want to tell them.
Oh, Molly, go get my charger right quick. Is your mama here?
Hurry up.
Oh.
Hurry up.
Where's your phone? Give me your work. Does your work phone? Are you on here?
Oh, yeah.
How's y'all surviving in here? It's hot.
It is hot.
You're interrupting.
So,
What a sign it.
I didn't bring it.
No way. I got that one little sign right there. Y'all unmuted.
See if everybody left.
Yeah, there's nobody gonna be on here now. So, oh, y'all can get to see. Let's see. Let's flip this camera around. All right. So,
See who's still
I'm
on.
gonna hold that. Nobody's on here yet because we just started it. So it was
they
it.
gotta go
So
back.
my computer died. I don't know why I didn't have it charged up, but hey, these are things that we're learning.
The one that was doing the show is charged up,
It
plugged
got a
in.
little hot in here. But anyway, we
The
came
one we
back
supposed to be-
because
the one we supposed to
Wayne
be on.
had closing remarks.
The one we supposed to be
we
on
came
is
back
charged
for
up.
closing remarks. We came back for closing remarks.
Will last forever.
It's hot. My leave the door open.
So we do want to we are going to get the information out about how to find our YouTube page, how to find the At the Helm Facebook page, and we'll see if we can stream to 2 Facebook pages next time, and we'll be able to stream here, and then they'll be able to hear all our sound effects. So we
Okay.
will be working on that between now and March the 9th. I think that is the next time we will be on. So we will be working on that until we get there. And again, we appreciate everyone for coming out on this our relaunch, where we just kind of came to promote this and get it back out there and just kind of have conversations. But we are going to be a little more agenda driven and have some topics and some things, and definitely appreciate the interaction. And we bid everyone a wonderful evening. And again, thanks everyone. And we appreciate you, and we excited and look forward to this journey. And I guess with that, we
Thank y'all. Go like our page at the Helm with Kelly and Wayne. Find us on Facebook. Like it. We don't have a TikTok page, but thank you our TikTok land for joining us. StreamYard. I don't know. Is this going to go somewhere after we're done? This is going to go to our YouTube page?
Yeah, it's on our YouTube page now.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. Thanks, y'all. Bye, Simone. Bye, Jackie.
Thank you.
Y'all gonna have to go back and watch the reboot from the other one. This is the second part 2 because my computer died. All right. Good night. All right. Good night.